All right, I now call to order the meeting of the Economic Development, Tourism and Events Commission. It is 5:02 p.m. on June 2nd, 2025. Will the clerk please take roll call?
Commissioner Warner,
Present.
Commissioner Lean, Commissioner Lesmeister,
Here.
Commissioner Peck,
Here.
Commissioner Amick,
Here.
Commissioner Case,
Here.
Commissioner Allen,
Here.
and we have a quorum.
Great, thank you all. Did anyone submit a public comment in advance? Mr. Clerk, did anyone submit a comment?
No, sorry.
That's okay. If anyone is actual or virtual attendance would like to speak, please raise your hand now. *9 is used to raise your hand if you're connected by phone. All right, it looks like we don't have any public comments. Thank you. Now moving on to the consent agenda. We will now move on to the consent agenda consisting of the minutes from May 5th. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, and it is passed. Moving on, we have a guest presentation. Is Mr. Saldana here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, wonderful. Well, good evening, everyone. Just to bring you up to speed, we have provided an administrative draft that all of you have received in the agenda packet. I want to just kind of give you an update in terms of where we stand with that. We have made at the suggestion of city staff, as well as a couple comments that we've had. We've made some changes to the draft that's before you. One of them is just a simple alignment page that shows how the current plan aligns with the planning and growth policies, and that actually will be modified even further after meeting with the consultants that are working on the comprehensive plan update. We will actually be adding some more information in there so that there's a better alignment and connection between the work that they're doing and this strategy. The only other change that we've made to the plan itself, other than that addition, is with respect to the SWOT analysis. And we received a comment regarding the list of weaknesses, and one of the weaknesses listed was the perception as primarily as a Seventh-day Adventist community. And while we received that information in that context, I think the discussion and the dialogue that was presented with that lends itself to seeing that particular element differently. And so we have at least at this point recommended that we just strike that from that list. It's not necessarily relevant in terms of the overall components within the plan. So we'll recognize it in that regard. The last area of update is that we are expanding, and the city manager can talk about this more, but we are expanding the market analysis that was done in the initial part of of the the SEDS, and that market analysis will actually enhance the projections for employment growth, and more importantly, the needs, the capacity needs, the land use capacity needs, based off of the target industries and those employment projections. And so we're working on that. That actually is a separate component that will complement the SEDS, but overall, it's not going to modify any of the SEDS goals per se. It's just really helping to take the data that's been analyzed and make the argument for for the need for additional land capacity in order to implement the SEDS. So that's sort of the summary of where we're at. I'm happy to take any questions that you may have or any additional feedback or input now that you've had the opportunity to look at this draft document.
Do we have any questions? So this is not the final. You're saying that you're going to make some changes to this, as this
There's
is an
just-
action item for us tonight,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, so the item would be recommend, I believe it, to recommend approval to the council. We will have, again, that the change that I mentioned, and then we actually have, you're looking at the administrative draft. We'll have a draft that's has graphics and other types of things in it, but it's the content itself. The main content, which would be the action items, the goals, the vision, the goals, and the action items. So the strategic direction action plan section, that's really the heart of this plan, and that is not changing at all. It's just the additions to supplement the other activities that are taking place in the city.
If I may, I just want to say thank you for your work on this document and how comprehensive it is. And I'd also like to throw out there that I appreciate the removal of that weakness. I really feel like the university is the crown jewel of this community. And I think we really need to bridge our friendship with them. So thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Well, thank you, Paul, for all your work on this. So we look forward to seeing how it plays out in our community. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like there's no other guest presentations, so we're going to move on to a couple action agenda items. So final update on the comprehensive economic development strategy. Mr. Rizzatello.
Let's see with this one, as you can see here and just take a look at it, but at least the sections that Mr. Saldana's worked on so far, you'll see some of the language and stuff going on. One of the things that we have him working on is in addition to the SEDS, adding a goals and objectives section, so that way it can count as the economic development section in a comprehensive plan. So that's basically what you see in front of you.
All right. Do any of our commission have any comments? Questions? All right. So we need to make a motion that approval of the comprehensive economic development strategy plan for the city of College Place to be added to the forthcoming comprehensive plan update. Do I have a motion
So moved.
and a second?
Second.
we have, if you agree, say aye.
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 And if you disagree, say nay. Looks like we're all in agreement. So it is so moved that the approval will go forward. Thank you so much. Now for our second action item. It's a proposed College Place Code 10.18 truck routes. Mr. Rizzatello.
Okay, thank you. With this item, it basically is just designating official truck routes and allows us to be able to get the grants for the roads and such.
Any questions?
And this is strictly city, like there's
Yeah.
no need to,
No.
no county
No.
related.
So will you have to post signs and things like that to?
And some of them, yeah, but primarily the goal here is to qualify for free grant money.
Motion to approve if there's no questions.
We have a motion to approve code 10.18 regarding truck routes. Do we have a second?
I second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, it is so approved. Moving on to our staff reports. Mr. Beardemple.
Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to pull up all of these images from our events on last Thursday. We had our grand reopening of Lions Park. So here we go. I'm going to click through some photos for us real quick. And to go over some key points, the Lions Park renovation has been in the works for about 8 years. You all know that much better than I do. We had the reopening ribbon cutting ceremony, the fishing derby, and the first day of our rebranded farmers market called Market in the Park. Mary Elizabeth told me she heard that we had over 1,000 visitors. We didn't have anyone like tallying the numbers to be precise. But anyone who's there knows that there was a bunch of people, especially in the first half with the ribbon cutting. I got a few vendors, maybe like half to turn in their sales reports. And I think we have a few records in there. A number of vendors had over $1,000 in sales, which is pretty cool. I didn't spend a lot of time, but I quickly looked through like previous year's sales, and I saw some pretty close, but I didn't see any that high. But I didn't do a thorough search, so we might have some record-breaking numbers in sales. The police department got some awesome drone footage of the event, which I'm hoping one day I will make a cool video with that, but time permitting. We processed $150 in food stamps and market match sales to provide food accessibility. I got a quick turnaround of vendors reaching out with emails saying congratulations and that this is the largest market that College Place has ever had. I have not been to one before, but based on sales numbers and based off of what vendors have reached out to me saying, it sounds like it was a pretty good turnout. The market was probably a little bit inflated with the other events going on at the same time, but I'm still pretty optimistic about what we can do with our market based on I think there's still a number of people in the Walla Walla Valley who don't know that College Place has a market. I've been here for 2 years and I learned a few months ago. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity for it to just keep growing. So yeah, I think that's it.
Well, I, for one, enjoyed it, and I saw several of our commission members that were out there as well. I think it's a great park, and it keeps people spread out enough that it didn't look like it was overcrowded,
Mhm.
but I could see where there were a lot of people because the derby and then the people were looking at the splash pad and
Yeah.
people were in the playground and were wandering around. It was a beautiful day as well. So
Yeah.
that helped out. But I thought it was a great event and I hope that the market just continues to
Yeah.
grow, like you said. So,
Yeah. And I also went this weekend and there was a ton of people there this weekend. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I think there's the enhancements to the park are going to add to the draw of the market side of things too. I think it's great. It was well turned out too.
Hmm.
And I think the food trucks were a big draw too. They like that with the market.
Yeah. Yeah. We got food coming every week, all signed up. So should be fun.
how many vendors do you have on a regular basis? Do you
On a regular basis, I can't say. I think our list maybe signed up for the market I'm going to say like 45, but there's never a week where everyone's there. So I would say like an average week, I'd say like high 20s or something, maybe 30. Yeah. This first week we had over 30, like 33. But yeah.
I know the Walla Walla market, the EBT hasn't been working, so
Oh.
I'm sure some of that is coming our way as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Great.
So
Any feedback on the beer garden area?
Not since the market. I had one person reach out to me like a month before the market. But since the market, I haven't had any feedback. I know one thing we talked about a little bit is getting more signage because I think a lot of people didn't even know what was in the roped off area. But I didn't get like good or bad feedback, and it's only been four or 5 days. But yeah.
I know yeah.
Yeah.
I know the health department was out in full force. So
Yes.
it's all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone sounds like most people did pretty good, even with the enforcement out there. So
Is the beer garden going to continue for the year?
yeah, so their license is only good for 12 event days and our market is 17 days. So the first 12 days they are planning on coming. Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? All right. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
It was a good event. So it looks like there's no other staff reports. Okay. So to conclude, our next meeting is July 1st. It seemed like this month flew by, so it seemed like it was only a couple weeks and we're going to meet again. So to conclude, is there a motion to conclude the meeting?
We have a raised hand.
Oh, sorry, Doug.
Yeah, I was just a question for Michael. The development down on Whitman Drive, is that moving forward or is that being stalled out?
The apartments are supposed to go later this summer. The front part, it remains to be seen. We need to do the roundabout and stuff, and I would say some additional investors and so forth for the hotel portion. But the apartments, they are supposed to move forward.
Okay, thanks, Michael.
All right. Anything else? Okay. Is there a motion to conclude the meeting?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I second.
If there's no objection, the meeting is now concluded at 5:22. Thank you all for joining. Have a good night.